What's up, guys? This is Alexander, obviously, making another terrifically unsafe car video, which, as many of you point out, could possibly end my life. But I'm immortal, so I don't care. Alright, so question that came up in regards to sugar in fruit. And fruit has sugar in it, and I have made the recommendation that you probably want to minimize your sugar intake. So does that mean that you shouldn't eat fruit because fruit has sugar? It's a good question, but it's a context question, like everything else. In a hyper-objective form of reasoning, you could say that you shouldn't have fruit because of the sugar in it, and henceforth it's off limits to eat. Okay, that makes sense, like I said, being hyper-objective. Practically speaking, though, if we, let's take away hypothetical reasoning and think practically. Practically speaking, people do not overeat and get fat from fruit. I've worked with many clients over the years. Many overweight clients. Obese clients. I have never had it happen that somebody, in talking about their dietary patterns and behaviors, that they reveal to me that binging out on fruit every day is the reason that they are overweight. It just doesn't occur. Why doesn't it happen? Because people that prioritize fruit intake, typically speaking, are health conscious. They are aware of their eating habits. And fruit in itself is very filling, it's very satiating, and it's really hard to eat a lot of it to caloric excess. Could you gain weight from eating fruit? Like I said, hypothetically, yeah, you could. You definitely could. Does it usually go down that way for people? No. There are issues of overconsumption, of bad eating, of eating dirty, of eating a processed diet. There you go right there. Their food issues don't stem from fruit. Fruit is a whole food, it's natural food. It means that you had to go to the grocery store and pick it out and feel it in your hands. So the likelihood that you're overeating fruit, and that's your calorie surplus, that's where it's coming from, it doesn't happen that way. I'm not saying that it couldn't happen. I'm sure there are people where maybe fruit did, quote unquote, make them fat. But relative to all the different populations I've worked with, fruit has never been the root issue. It's been processed food, it's been mindless eating, it's been eating cereal, it's been drinking Starbucks, it's liquid calories, it's general just eating like garbage. It's not fruit. No, like I'm gonna keep saying that nobody gets fat from eating too much fucking fruit. It doesn't happen. Now, the sugar in fruit. If you're trying to cut back on sugar intake, should you be concerned about the fruit you're eating? Well, then that begs the question of how much fruit are you actually eating where the sugar intake is an issue? Are you having 9 apples a day? I find that highly unlikely. Again, it's really hard to overeat fruit. Yeah, you could, again, I'm trying to think of scenarios where you eat an entire bowl, or I guess a whole pound of mango and strawberries, and okay, this is a lot of sugar. You know how long you're going to be full from that? You're probably not going to want carbs the rest of the day. Any fruit that you eat has fiber, it has nutrients. It's going to be satiating because of the water content. The calorie density of it itself is really low. So, a couple blueberries is what, like 60, 80 calories? It's hardly anything, relative to your overall calorie intake. So again, yes, it has sugar in it. Yes, excess sugar is a concern. Is the fructose in fruit going to be the source of your prediabetes, the source of your, insulin insensitivity, the source of your, triggering behaviors that lead you to stuff your face until you're bloated because you can't handle your emotions? No, fruit is not going to be that thing. All the other shit you eat is going to be that thing. Fruit, though, eating a lot of fruit, like I said, if you're eating a lot of fruit, you're very likely health conscious, health cognizant, and you probably have overall good dietary habits, or at least not terrible dietary habits. So the demonization of fruit, I know people love to get on the hating the fruit train. Fruit has sugar in it, and you need to be aware of that. Real world basis, for those of us that work with clients and work with people, which a lot of people don't, yet they comment on human eating habits. If you've never worked with individuals, don't fucking say anything about how you think people function, because you don't know anything. Until you have coached people and have dealt on a person-by-person basis with human beings' behaviors and habits, propensities and mentalities, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, when you've dealt with all that, yes, you can make an informed opinion upon what you think people need to do. When you've never done any of that, and you're just going off fucking technical information, your viewpoint, your perspectives, they're all lacking. They're ignorant. you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, to be very blunt. So, fruit, is it good for you? Yes. Is sugar a concern with fruit? No, not really. To wrap it up in 2 simple statements. And I'm done talking. Hopefully some of you found this informative. Anyone have quick questions? I have to be somewhere very rapidly. So, quick questions at all, anybody, before I shut this down. I'm parking right now. Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. That applies to almost everything in life. You go off of principles, you don't go off of rules. What is your favorite? My favorite fruit? Probably Alfonso mangoes from India, which you can't get in the United States, but if you ever go to India, you go to South India and you can get those mangoes, they are world class. They're the best in the world. Shade. Physicality mentality. Yeah, I got a lot of quotable quotes. Any preference on color, type, origin, seasonal, imported? No, not really. No, I mean, honestly, like if that's getting very pedantic, or if you want to get fruit that's in season, sure. You want to get organic? Yeah. You know, make sure you wash your fruit. That's probably a reasonable thing to suggest. But I mean, that's being very specific at that point. And if you're being that specific, I'm going to assume that you're probably healthy overall. If you really want to, you know, get into the nitty gritty of your food choices. Do you like Coldplay? They have a few songs that I care for, but overall, I'm not preferential to their catalog. Vegetables versus fruits. Well, it's not a versus situation. The whole paradigm of viewing it that way is flawed. Yeah, Coldplay is this one. Coldplay is very emblematic of the modern band that has hits, but then everything else they produce is largely just filler garbage. But most bands today really don't produce good albums at all. They don't produce an overall quality of content of music. They prioritize making a hit song, making a few hit songs, and that sells, that drives. Everything else, crap. Thoughts on the egg on brown toast at daily breakfast? If you want to. Yeah, guys, all the questions like, what do you think of this meal? I don't fucking care. You eat what you want. That's all relative to your overall lifestyle, health, XYZ. What bands, artists do you like? That's way too long to try and answer that. What do you think of Milo? I love Milo. Milo's fucking awesome. I listen to a wide variety of music. I can't adequately answer that, honestly. I'd be here for 20 minutes just trying to list stuff on top of my head. You're very welcome. Lil Wayne, Milo. I'm not really sure Lil Wayne and Milo are comparable, though. That's a false equivalency. Our diet soda's bad. I'm drinking diet soda right now. It tastes delicious, too. Fucking delicious. We got any questions, guys? Tool. Tool's a great band. I love Tool. Diabetes in a cup. This is diet soda, honey. And I'd probably guarantee that my blood work is superior to 99.9% human beings, so nah. Are you vegan? Fuck no. I respect and care about my body too much to do that to myself. I'm kidding. Being vegan is fine, but no, I'm not vegan, guys. That was mean. Plan for your website. I'm really tearing the website apart from the ground up, so it's going to look dramatically different. How to deal with too much dudes using the gym. Sometimes I just have no patience to wait. You just need to be more assertive. Yeah, I'm not really sure whether you're a girl or a guy. If you're a girl, there's nothing wrong with being a bitch in the gym and fucking making a stand for yourself. Or diet soda's fine. Diet soda's fine. Your hair is pretty. Thank you. Breaking unconscious patterns. Well, if the pattern is unconscious, but you are asking about unconscious patterns, you probably have some sensibility of what you need to change. So, if you don't, then you need to go talk to someone that has objective, views on how you live your life. Favorite comedian.
You know, this is going to sound funny. Ever since Dave Chappelle left comedy, he kind of came back, but ever since he left, which was, I mean, fuck, that was like over 10 years ago, I haven't really paid attention to comedy much. You know, Louis C.K.'s had some good specials. I'll give him that. Yeah, I'm not really, I don't watch too much comedy, honestly. Very little. Country you want to visit. Indonesia. What do you have for breakfast? I had, eggs, steak, and avocado. Breaking unconscious patterns. How can you truly deeply change yourself? You have to, guys, breaking unconscious patterns, you need to ask yourself some hard fucking questions, as I often say. That's a lot of questioning. That's a lot of sitting down and writing out your life. That's you looking yourself in the mirror, metaphorically and literally and figuratively, and deciding who you want to be as a human being. That's being objective and realizing what a piece of shit you are. Yeah, unconscious patterns, everyone has unconscious patterns that you do. You need to be fully aware of yourself, and you're going to have to do deep work. There's no yes, no answer to that. The how is that you figure it out yourself. Any more questions? I know I sound irritated at times, but I'm really not. It's just fucking testosterone levels. Write your ideas and evaluate them, rinse and repeat. Yes. Yes, write out who you are and who you want to become. What's a lie most people tell themselves? That they will have more time. You won't. Should we worry about sodium? No. Sodium is fucking crucial for health. You need sodium. How many eggs daily to increase testosterone? I have no idea, honestly. Oh, what's up, Rachel? Yeah, guys, there's no, that's a good question, but as to, you know, how many eggs do you need? Maybe 3, 4, 5, 6. Eggs are not, I can't guarantee that they will increase testosterone. They're just, there's a possibility that they can. How to appear more dominant. Easiest way, physical appearance. You know, physical appearance, how you stand, how you walk, how you move, whether you're fit, whether you're not fit, how you dress. Generally speaking, if you're a man and you are well dressed and appear muscular and you have good posture and you move with confidence, you'll be interpreted as being dominant. If you're a female, if you have good posture and you have, I want to say a smile on your face, but you have an air of confidence about you and you walk with pride and you move with confidence, you'll be interpreted as being a confident female, a confident woman. If you hunch over and you're scared and you dress poorly, you're not going to be dominant. Someone asked something I just forgot. Biggest mistake I've made? Well, a lot of mistakes. Not planning for the future, not planning for myself, impulsive decision making. When you don't think long term, it leads you to make many poor decisions, just in general. How to appear dominant, we just answered that. How to deal with having to take time out of the gym due to injury. Train around it, or train through it, or find a way to still train. Unless it's absolutely catastrophic. I've trained with, I've injured myself and gone to the gym still with a screwed up back, torn hamstring, broken hip, etc., etc. There's always a way there is always a way to train, to make it simple. It's going to require some research and creativity on your part. Tips to lose weight. Get on my email list, read the website. That's way too much to list right now. Have you ever been a loser? L-O-S-E-R. Loser, that's wrong form. Loser, no, I haven't. Can a student over 18 seduce a hot teacher? Why would you want to? Yeah, guys, even the stuff with fat loss, just go to my website, alexander129cortes.com, type in fat loss, a lot of stuff will come up. How much cardio should I do if I'm trying to gain muscle strength? Enough that you don't have poor cardio. You should be able to, the general rule of thumb I follow for cardio, be able to walk 4 miles in 1 hour. If you can do that, you probably have good cardio. Doesn't mean it's world class, but if you can walk 4 miles in 1 hour, uphill, 4 miles in 1 hour uphill. It'd be a treadmill test, but you'd get on it, set the incline to about 4%, walk for an hour straight, 15-minute mile, 4 miles. If you can do that fine, your cardio is probably pretty good. If you can't do that and you're struggling at 30 minutes or 15 minutes where, damn, this is a fast walk, you need to work on your cardio. Is it possible to make $1,000 a day? It's possible to make $1 million a day. Of course it's possible. Is targeted fat loss bullshit? Yes, but No, but yes. That gets very specific. Do you do any combat sports? Yeah. I've done fastless boxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Krav Maga, Muay Thai. Not all at the same time, but I practiced all of them at various times over the years for periods of months, years. So I'd highly recommend for all the men, women too actually, take up a combat sport, take up multiple combat sports, spend a few months, spend a year working on something, maybe move on to something else. Do that, you'll physically be very capable of handling yourself. Plus there's just the confidence factor as well. What has been your biggest personal challenge? Myself. Myself. Agility ladder any good? Depends on how it's used. It can be fun and just it's cool to warm up with. It can kind of be a waste of time if people overly focus on it. It has to be appropriate, obviously, as well. What do you recommend for an 11-year-old boy? Are you self-employed? Yes. For an 11-year-old, what, like as a sport? If I could go back with my 11-year-old self, I would have probably would have started boxing a lot sooner. Actually, I take that back. If I was, like for myself personally, I would have started ballet a lot sooner than I did. But I mean, that's me personally. So, but as a general rule, for any young kid, young boy, combat sport, boxing especially, jiu-jitsu, you know, MMA, any of those. Men should know how to fight. What signs do women give you when they are attracted to you? All right, if you're asking that question, you need a lot of things. You need to probably talk to a woman for the first time. Probably need to read a lot of books. Probably need to work on your personal skills. I'm not even sure if that's a serious question, in all honesty. What signs do women give you? I don't know. I've always found that very obvious, but yeah, you need to do some work there, dude. Nootropics, yes, no, why? If you want to, just depends on the situation. Doing anything for Danger Play anymore? We have some stuff in the future, but yeah, as of right now, DMP, the website is, Mike has changed his brand around, so he does his thing, I do my thing. Alpha Brain, is that nootropic? I mean, guys, anything that's nootropic, just try it out and see what it does for you. Yeah, that's one of those questions. Like, I don't endorse brands, really. Just try shit out. It's an experiment. You are your greatest experiment. If you get an effect from it, then you get an effect from it. But besides Periscope, your favorite app? Well, I guess Twitter, since that's built up my brand. So, yeah, Twitter. Cocaine is my favorite nootropic. Cocaine is fucking expensive. Are you American or Canadian? American. Favorite personality on Twitter? Ed Latmore. It is the man. One more question, guys. I'm closing it out. A better question than that. I love Tate. Tate's a provocateur. When will you and Ed fight? I don't foresee Ed and I fighting. I'm not answering 5x5 questions. Watch from the beginning. Trump is the God Emperor. Any real fucking questions? Jesus, people. I'm waiting for an actual question. I do this for you guys, and you just ask shitty questions. Men fear a lion, and God hates a coward. That's what the tattoo says. All right. Good talk, guys. Hopefully you learned something. Talk to you later.